Parliament. The Electoral Commission has defended its decision to continue with the ongoing voters' ID card registration across the country amidst the coronavirus pandemic. The EC says if calls by doctors and other groups for the suspension of the exercise are anything to go by, then the Commission might as well suspend the December 7 polls. Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Jim Mensah, was addressing the maiden edition of the Electoral Commission's encounter with the media dubbed "Let the Citizens Know." Latif Idris has more in the following reports.
2,215,816 people have registered for the voters' ID. That is according to the Electoral Commission at the end of the first batch of the first phase of the exercise. The EC says the number exceeds targets they set for themselves before the exercise started a week ago.
There's a lot of monitoring on our level, and we've sent out monitors into the field who are regularly on updating us. So on every day you have the information, and you can ask that, oh, this person is not doing well, withdraw this person, and so on and so forth. As we mentioned, the target per day was to have been 100 at least, but everybody there's an average of 150, and in some cases you find people who are very exceptional, who are able to do 280 plus.
There have been concerns about overcrowding at the various registration centers, with some, including a team of doctors, petitioning the Electoral Commission to suspend the ongoing exercise over fears of spike in the spread of the coronavirus. But the Electoral Commission disagrees.
We would like for you to help us with feedback, to feedback how to improve upon our processes. Of course, while still asking your questions. But if we ask the questions, should we stop? Then I think we should also put aside and go to bed and say that the election should not come on the 7th, and that it should be postponed one more year.
We think at this stage of the process, we don't think it's appropriate to come and answer that question. Is it prudent for us to continue with the one we are mandated to do? I don't know if people are going to ask you, is it prudent for you to eat at this time? So please, media, we want you to support what we are doing. It doesn't suggest that you can just ask. GMA can say whatever they want to ask. But please, when you come here, this is our platform to project the work the Commission is doing. I don't think it's appropriate for you to ask us, is it prudent to continue with our mandate?
The EC says, let the citizen know series, which will happen twice a week.
We believe that this platform would afford us an opportunity to provide timely information on a regular basis to the citizenry. We are confident that by doing so, we will demystify the operations of the Commission and remove the cloaks of secrecy that had hitherto shrouded our work.
Let the Citizen Know series is meant to demonstrate transparency and demystify the Commission's work, and also remove the veil of secrecy which has characterized the operations over the years.
Meanwhile, the Ashanti Regional Police Command has warned it will deal with political party agents and others whose misconduct disrupt the ongoing voter registration exercise. Regional Deputy Commander, DCOP David Ajemain Ajem, observes the exercise is already characterized by tension created by the two main political parties, the MPP and the NDC. Ohiminteria has more.
The warning comes as police arrest a group of NDC supporters at Santase last Thursday. Police say the group had attempted to seize registration equipment of the Electoral Commission when a police patrol team swiftly arrived to arrest them. DCOP Ajman Ajem says the command is enforcing to the latter a RESEC directive prohibiting people from massing up at the registration centers to cause chaos.
The Regional Security Council has come up with a number of measures, including people not riding close to a polling station, people not massing up at the polling stations and things like that. We are enforcing them. We have a number of patrol teams who are patrolling the city. And so when we come to the polling stations and people misconduct themselves, we ensure that the law takes its course. I think there was another incident in one of the communities where some persons were party people. The two parties had differences, and one party decided to hijack the process by attempting to seize the EC equipment. They were swiftly arrested and they are still in custody.
The deputy commander says police are keeping an eye on hotspots like Aswasi, where some NDC agents were arrested for alleged illegal possession of registration forms.
We know the hotspots in Kumasi. We know that Asokori Mampo and the sitting MP and the MC have had their own back and forth on radio. But we are not concerned with that. As I've said, this is a national exercise and we want it to remain a national exercise. If anybody has a problem, the problem has to be addressed to the Electoral Commission. So nobody, as I'm told by the EC, must not be prevented from registering. But if there are political party people there who have problems with that person, they must fill a form. But nobody will be allowed to mar the exercise. We will not allow that to happen in this region. We will not allow that. We will deal with that person and make sure that the law takes its course.
Meanwhile, the command warns people who flout mask wearing and other COVID-19 safety protocols risk arrest and prosecution. DCOP Ajiman Ajem says more personnel will be deployed at the registration centers on the streets to enforce the regulations. The warning comes as police arrest 2 people for failing to wear face masks and adhere to other safety protocols. The ongoing voter registration exercise has been characterized by continued flouting with impunity COVID-19 preventive measures. An executive instrument signed by President Akufo-Addo on June 15, 2020 makes wearing of face masks or shields in public mandatory. Offenders risk up to 10 years imprisonment or a fine of between 12,000 and 60,000 Ghana cedis. It authorizes police to make random checks to ensure enforcement compliance. DCOP Ajiman Ajem says there's still work to be done at the registration centers despite police enforcement operations.
It becomes criminal if we come and find somebody not wearing their face mask. Very soon, you see a lot more persons being arrested. So people must ensure that when they go to the police stations, they shall wear a face mask. Otherwise, they will force us to arrest and prosecute them.
From Kumasi, for JoyNews, Ohime Interior reporting.
On mainstream politics, a group calling itself Intellectual Ladies of the National Democratic Congress says the nomination of former Education Minister Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman as a running mate to John Dramani Mahama shows there's hope for female politicians. Leader of the group, Lateef Khalid Ashika, at a press conference in Wa, thanked John Mahama for giving women a chance to prove their worth. Rafiq Salam has more.